I hate that sound. You can either wake up to the radio or the alarm on this clock. I still don't know how to set the radio part yet. That's me, Detective Rolando Downs. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You think I'm some fast-talking cop that's macho and cool that can talk his way out of any situation. But that's not me. That's my car. Yeah, it's a piece of junk, but that's all I can afford right now. People always ask me stupid questions like when I'm going to get a new one, but if I made more money, obviously I would probably already have one by now. But you gotta know people in my line of work. You gotta know how they think. The guy that did this stuff? You can only imagine how he thought. He hangs out at a park and overhears a little girl talking to her mother about a video game. He shows up the next week with the video game and lures the girl away from her mother. As bad as this sounds, what's messed up is I have to try to think like this guy so I can find enough clues to get this girl back to her mother and keep her off the city's homicide list. That's my partner. Well, at least until my regular partner gets out the hospital. I know it looks like I'm not saying much, but in case you haven't figured out by now, I'm depressed. Most of the time I'm quiet because I'm just thinking about how much I'm unhappy with my life, thinking about how much I want to see this case end. My partner, she doesn't really care. I mean, she just wants somebody to talk at and I talk to. I mean, I can't blame her. I don't listen to what she says either. Well, that's pretty much how the whole day went. Me sitting, not listening, never getting any closer to finding any new clues. Yeah, so I slept in the same thing I slept in yesterday. Who cares? All the things you do for people, most of the time they don't really care. It's not a glamorous job. I mean, walking down the street, none of these people actually know I'm a cop. It's not like I walk around with a bright superhero costume on and receive praise for all the work I've done. I probably wouldn't want all that attention anyway. This could be the big break in the case. Today someone returned a video game to this pawn shop similar to the one the kidnapper bought the little girl. It's unbelievable how so many cases get solved just because criminals do something so simple that no one with a bright mind could see it coming. The pawn shop owner? I could tell she liked me. The extra sense of happiness she seemed to get that she probably wouldn't have gotten just from any other cop being in the room. And I gotta admit, I even stayed around a little bit longer than I normally would have too. But I don't think I can make her happy. Not when I can't even make my own self happy. Yeah, I didn't set it last night. The chime was killing me. That's my boss. He's okay, I mean, he just seems like he expects too much of me sometimes. And I'm not about to tell him I'm depressed. I don't know what he'd do. The good thing is, we can get a search warrant now that we have a name and address thanks to the pawn shop. 11:14 that night, my brother calls. He asks why I never spend time with the rest of the family anymore. I get defensive and I raise my voice. His voice raises in return. I start to feel like I'm being treated like I'm 12. I tell him to worry about his own family and not worry about me. He gets quiet. His voice starts trembling. I start feeling guilty. We both make up excuses why we have to get off the phone. We hang up. I just sit there and think. Get to work. Later we end up at the kidnapper's house with the warrant. Everything's empty. We do find a letter in the mailbox though from a woman saying that she has $6 million in ransom money. The only thing is, it's not the girl's mother. Weird. Go back to the office. Make phone calls. Talk to my boss partner and the girl's family. Oh yeah, ran into my ex-girlfriend after leaving the kidnapper's house today. She had a new guy. He has more muscles than I do, a better car to drive her around in, and nicer shoes. Later when I went to the bathroom to wash my hands, I kept my head down and avoided the mirror. Left the bathroom, went back to work, started feeling pressure from people on the job, ended back in the bathroom again just to get away. Got off work, had a burger and fries. Images and words go through my head so fast I don't even care that I actually ordered a sirloin steak and fries. Get home, watch TV, realize the $5 I thought I tipped the waitress was really $100. Blame myself for going out to eat, get online, see some $80 shoes, convince myself I need them to feel better, fall asleep after the confirmation email arrives. Already gone. Had to leave early. The search for the kidnapper has led us here. He's on a stolen houseboat on the lake. Everything's been figured out. While he was demanding ransom money from the girl's family, he also knew the girl was adopted and where her real mother was. He was demanding $6 million from her biological mother and another $4 million from her adoptive parents. Gun battles. There's nothing cool about them, nothing exhilarating, just part of the job. You know, like a nurse has to mop up unsanitary fluids after they spilled on the floor. The walls on the boat were thin, and I think the kidnapper knew it too. He used it to his advantage. That all happened a few months ago. I recovered pretty quickly. The kidnapper's in jail and we got the girl back. I still get depressed sometimes, but things aren't as bad now as they used to be. Today my biggest problem is trying to figure out what to do on my day off. I wonder if that pawn shop has any good alarm clocks.
Click subscribe to see more videos. I'm waiting.